In the 1800s, one of the iconic companies in England was Wedgwood, a famous maker of beautiful china, sought after by both rich and the growing middle class. Wedgwood is a company that was founded in 1759 by the then 28-year-old Josiah Wedgwood. Josiah was a creative young man, very ambitious and very innovative. He came up with amazing new glazes in beautiful colors that people had never seen. He used interesting approaches to differentiate his products. For example, he approached the Queen Consort and got her permission to call one of his lines Queensware. He also developed some of the most famous patterns that exist still today, one of them being jasperware, as shown in the photos. Jasperware became widely known and, of course, has remained a staple in china selections, even down to today's time. So here is this very innovative man creating beautiful china. This certainly parallels some of what we spoke about, thinking back even to the 1600s, where the wool traders began to think about ways to set their wool apart through different dyes and different ways of creating some differentiation. To that extent, Wedgwood was following a similar pattern, although he was doing it extremely well. So what was the big question that really set Wedgwood apart? I would argue it was responding to the changing social times. This is a time when London was beginning to change in major ways. By the mid-1850s, the middle class was growing. People were having more disposable income and the ability to tap into luxuries that they never before had imagined owning, like fine china. It was a time when rail transport became possible, the steam engine, and so shipping goods from one part of the country to another was now a real possibility. And it was a time when the telegraph emerged, sharing information more widely than had ever been possible before. So, what was the question that Wedgwood had to answer in order to set his company apart from everyone else who was able to make china at that time? I would argue it was about branding. It was about creating that special sense of differentiation. And Wedgwood was a genius at that, just as surely as he was at designing new china. He was one of the first people known to have conducted focus groups. He actually got potential customers together and talked with them about what they would like. He opened stores specifically to sell Wedgwood china and had a precise sense of the way he wanted the experience of being in his stores to feel. So by bringing the art of understanding the customer, of branding, of tapping into that rapidly emerging middle market, people who wanted to have products as lovely as what the Queen would have, but at a more reasonable price, Wedgwood was able to establish his company in a way that few others were, through branding, through marketing, and through answering the core question that confronted him in that day.